rehearsal that day, and that's why I think it was more organized. Everybody knew what they had to do. Mhm.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Um,
How did you grow?
how did I grow? It gave me a feeling that I can do more. It gave me like, it opened the door that I'm capable of more. Yeah.
So that's it. Your capacity is that it gave you the
Understanding that I'm capable of doing more.
that you're capable of doing more. How? How did it give you that understanding?
I felt like I've grown and I have more room to grow, and that I want to do something more to expand myself as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it wasn't challenging to me. The scenes, the work that I did, it was not as challenging as I've done the work previously.
It wasn't as challenging.
I don't know.
What wasn't as challenging?
The scenes that I did, like I feel like I could do something more. Because remember I told you I left with, it was like neutral. Because when you're not sure in yourself of the work that you're doing, and you're like scared of the scenes you're about to put up, you have this feeling of anxiety. I was pretty calm. So when the work gets harder, this is where the anxiety comes in. So like I know that I can push to do more. Does
Okay.
that explain?
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
that explains it. Okay, so overall it was a good
It
experience.
was really
for you.
good.
Okay, that's it. That's
I
all
will
we
do it
want.
again.
That's all we wanted. Connor, bump her off that chair.
Get out of there.
No.
I think the number one thing I got out of the showcase was the sense of community. Obviously, we have community within the classes, but it was nice seeing everyone come together as a collective and just kind of now I feel like I know everybody, and everyone was just like on the same page. Everybody was at the same level of wanting to do well, and everyone was not slacking. Everyone was running on 100% capacity. And I agree. I think it went very smoothly, but it also reminded me how much I love live work and how the fire, it just feels amazing, and just that knowing that the pressure is on and it makes you, the audience gives you the energy and you just use it and it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell the difference. I mean, we all saw the live showcase was the best performances, every single one. I think all of us did our best scenes in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of puts that pressure on, and I think that's one of the amazing things about doing live stuff.
So your growth is what?
My growth would be feeling more confident in my work, feeling that I was able to accomplish what I was working on, trying to, especially my lines, they landed, and I know they landed because I got laughs. So knowing that I have the capacity to complete the task.
Okay, well, good. Catch up with yourself, because yes, you're capable of far more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
Right? Have you performed live before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're ready to ramp up the stakes and go to the next level. You already did this, you know you can do it. Now we're moving forward. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good stuff. All right, Javi, how about you, my friend?
Sorry about that. I was really impressed and surprised by how much behind the scenes work there was leading up to it. The work that you, Daniel and Celine put in leading up to that, and then the tech rehearsal and the dress rehearsal really surprised me as to how much work that was. The dress rehearsal and then coming in on Saturday, again, from the actor's point of view, I was looking at it. I didn't realize it was going to be that much work because I'm just so used to preparing for the scenes in class and then doing them there instead of doing the dress rehearsals. So that, and then watching everyone else perform. I mean, I was I was kind of I was pretty impressed. And then on Friday and Saturday, watching everyone else perform, I was like, yeah, am I going to be able to keep up with these people? Because there's some really good actors in the class. And I don't want to embarrass myself by doing it. And so it was a good experience from that point of view. I loved watching everyone perform. That was great. What I got out of it, kind of like Connor, some confidence, because I was really worried that I might mess up my lines, or if I heard the audience making some remarks, I might forget my lines. And I felt like I just kept going. It's something that you said before, and once you know the lines, the performance just comes out. So I feel that with this, not only do I have the confidence to do this again, and even though I haven't done it yet, I think if I were to get a job where I'm actually working, I wouldn't let the distraction of everything else going on around me affect my performance or affect my lines. If I feel good about what I'm going to do and my lines. Another thing also is, in this particular performance that we did, you had 4 rewrites in the script. So I had to keep going back and making sure about the lines and if there was anything else that I had to do. And then you were still giving us rewrites at the last minute there. So that also, for my confidence, it was the ability to say, okay, I can keep up with the rewrites, and I can keep up with the last minute direction that's being provided to me, and still be able to perform.
Ah, well articulated. Yeah, that's a good point, that those rewrites kept coming in and you were making the adjustments. You didn't freak out, because I got a little nervous on some of those rewrites. I stopped doing the rewrites on a couple of the scenes because I was like, I don't know that they're going to be able to handle this. And so I just kind of left it at what it was. But that's good. That's good. You're becoming more than you ever thought.
Yes.
Hey, you know, I just realized isn't here is Danielle from Las Vegas.
Oh,
She trying to get in?
I don't think
See if she's text her. See if she's trying to get in. It's like, what's up with Danielle? Okay, so yeah, I knew this. So like, I'm starting to run through my head, going, who else is with Gabo's in this class? Danielle's in this class, right? All right. Oh, weird night, and nothing's really going on. I don't understand.
nobody answered me.
Did you text her?
I text the group, everybody, asking where's Thursday night.
Well, what about Danielle? Do you not have Danielle's text?
I do.
Yeah, just go, hey Danielle, what's up? You're making it in tonight. We're curious where you are. We're decompressing the showcase. All right. Leif? One of you two? Get up there.
Hold on. All right.
Jeez, these two guys kill me. You have no idea what it's like talking all week. I don't know who I'm talking about.
All right, we're on the right one. So yeah, I would say that up until this point, to play a song like that, I had always had it in my mind that it was going to take a certain amount of time for me to get to a point where I could perform it. And which it does, it takes a lot of practice. And in the past, I've always said, you know, I got to have a solid month and a half of like practice, and you told me basically a couple weeks before the showcase, hey, play the song, and I was like, I don't think I can. I didn't even have a guitar, and went and got a guitar and was able to get to where I could perform it in a week. And that was a matter of just flipping the script of what is actually possible and what's inside of you if you just sit down and actually make yourself do it. And so for me, that meant upping the ante. That meant being accountable to being better at your craft faster, if that makes sense.
Totally.
So.
Yeah, you're doing concerts back to back. You got to be able to
I know.
pull the suggestions from the audiences and be able to deliver everything you got.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hadn't been practicing at all, and I was just like, man, this is like this isn't just like strumming an acoustic guitar and sort of like winging it. This is precision. This is like
Precision.
precision.
Okay. So what positive and negative about it? So what do we got here?
It takes a lot to sing and do that at the same time. Those rhythms.
Like Van de Kraft,
Van de Kraft generator.
generator, right? Yeah, you should take some of these pictures. I got some good pictures of you.
Yeah,
See, you should have like that picture.
that is a good picture.
Yeah.
There was one picture someone sent.
Oh, you already got them. You don't need these.
Yeah, they all automatically download.
All right.
But that's what I got.
All right.
Oh,
Well, what?
yeah, no, that's it.
Cool. Then that's everybody. There's nobody else hiding in there. I'm seeing. Go, Javi.
Real quick, Gerald just sent me a text. He's on Instagram watching it, and he said he gave a shout out.
He's watching what?
Apparently, he's watching us.
This isn't
Are we
live.
broadcasting on Instagram?
I told you I was going to tell you when to go live. I didn't want this to go live. All right. Well, now we're live. Everybody, you got to let me know when we go live. We'll start talking to the world in a way that I don't want them to hear me. You can't do that. You got to let me know. You got to let me know when we're going live. Did you just stop the live?
No, it's still going.
It still goes. So the world of Gerald, you're listening? Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know we're live. Gosh, you can incriminate myself up here. We're doing what? It's bad enough I do these things in the studio, but I'm going to do these things for you, for the world. Okay, so who's ever listening, now that my producers told me, okay, I'm live, it's welcome, it's good to have you. Very, very, very good night, yes. Okay, so, well, I'm not going to go into the announcements now because that's going to be kind of crazy. So what I'm going to talk to you guys about is this whole process of what we're doing with you increasing your capacity to experience. Now, I deal with people that come in from Zoom. They're either auditing, they're doing a session with me or whatever. And the common thing that I hear is that I'm just tired of working on Zoom. And I get it because I don't really like doing the Zoom thing at all. I could shut this whole studio down, save thousands and thousands of dollars every month and just do Zoom. But I'm like, the thought of that is like, just people who can and they do it. And for some people in some businesses, that's great. But for me, I'd go do something else. I couldn't just sit in a room and do Zoom as an acting coach, even if I made 5 times the income that we're making. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You got to get in and you got to work out. And at the end of the day, you have to have experiences like we had Saturday. You have to put yourself on the line. You have to stretch yourself because look at what happened with people who work all the time. We know them as celebrities. The people that we see on TV shows and you see in movies all the time. Okay, they're working, and then this COVID thing hits. And the COVID hits. Do you remember what was going on early in, April, May, June, July, last what was it, 2020? Yeah, 2020. That was last year? Yeah, wow. Mm-hmm. These celebrities were coming out of the woodwork having to do concerts and doing shows and comedy shows and talk and enter my bedroom and can I answer questions? And it's like it's hard to shut that down when it's going. You see, somebody that doesn't work and doesn't do anything, it's like there's people where Zoom is just a blessing because they just sit in their house and do nothing. And now, oh, great, Zoom, I'm connected to the world. This is great. But for somebody that's actively working at things, it's really hard to just sit in a room on a camera and go. You guys following what I'm saying? So it's hard to do that. And so you got actors right now that are, because I'm on these feeds. I teach on these feeds. I go on and off. I'm not a non-Zoomer. I just can't live on it all. I couldn't do all my classes all the time on Zoom.
A lot of acting coaches just went, oh, I'll just shut down the studio and do Zoom. I'm going to save a lot of money. Okay, great. Well, God bless you. I can't do it. It's not my personality. And I don't think it's really, it gets the job done. Because when you're there as an actor and you're just studying via Zoom and you go, oh my gosh, I have access to all these coaches all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. It's great to sit in. It's great to come in on a class on Zoom, but you can't do your whole life on Zoom. That's my point. I'm taking a Zoom class tomorrow. I will be in a Zoom master class from 9 in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. So I'm not knocking it. It has its place. I just can't do that every day. And I couldn't do that with all of my classes. So you have to have the experience. You have to have the human experience. You need it. And when we're working in here, you got to look at what happens in the process of taking a scene, working through the technicalities of the scene. You know, what's the blocking? What's the who, what, where? What is actually going on? What's my character? What is going on? And you start airing out a scene and finding out where's the narrative, where's the story, where's the internal character story, where are these stories, and then bringing the stories out. And as you bring the stories out through your second week and your third week, and you go through this, and then you get to a point where you're at a ready to shoot, a prepared scene, ready to shoot, and it's like, and then we put the cameras on you intentionally, and we go through the scene, use the slate for a lot of these to recreate that experience of putting the pressure on you. At the end of the day, you're still in an acting class, and you're still with your peers. So the whole point of doing the showcases is because from the showcase, now it's there. Like all you guys just shared, it's there. Your butt's on the line, and you've got to do it. And you feel that live experience. You feel that pressure. You feel that energy that's going through your body. And now you have to learn how to control it, and there's no way out. It's like when you go into a casting director's office. You go in and we had someone go into an actual casting director's office today, which was, they went in for an audition, went in for a callback. They did the audition via Zoom, and then they got the callback and they went in. So that's kind of nice. It's like hope, it's coming back, And when it does come back, and you're having to do that, it's going to be a lot different from you auditioning from your bedroom or your living room or wherever else you have your Zoom camera hooked up, because you're still in the safety and the comfort of your home. Well, you go into that casting, you have to be on the spot and be able to deliver with a casting director watching you, a director, producer, people you don't even know that are in the room. You've got to be able to deliver. Then, at some point, you're going to get the job, and you're going to have to show up on set. And when you go through all the COVID protocol and all the stuff that goes on and everything to be compliant with the white paper, and you start doing the work, you're now having to do what we've always had to do. And there's all kind of projects that were being taped and filmed and shot during COVID. The George Clooney project was in the middle of being shot. They had to finish it during COVID. Tom Hanks just released a project. They have another, somebody just shared another show that just is out, that the whole thing was shot during COVID. It's a bunch of these things, and they're going on right now where you're still shooting, and you've got to be able to get to that point where you can show up on a live set and not have it affect your ability and your performance, so you can still deliver the goods, so that when people are watching on their screens, whether it's the big screen or the little screen or any screen in between, that they're seeing a flawless performance. They're seeing you being able to deliver the goods, and we don't care what the story is. The fact is, you can come out and you can do it. And if you're not working on those muscles, then those muscles are going to get weak. Just like any muscles that you don't work on, they're going to get weak. I had a session today with a woman, and I said, what would you like to get out of this session? It was a one-on-one, and she said, I need work with memorization. I need to know what to do about memorizing effectively and properly. And I went through this whole thing with her, and I coached her on it. But the thing I said to her, I said, look, memorization is very much like a muscle. It's a muscle, and a muscle memory. You need to be able to work it consistently. If you're working your memory consistently, your memory will be better than if you're not working your memory consistently and just picking something up and trying to memorize it. And that's why you should be working on memorizing all the time, whether it's a scene, whether it's a monologue, whatever it is that you're doing, you want to be continually exercising those muscles for real. Yes, Zoom is effective. It's doing a lot of really amazing things, and we use it, obviously. But it can't be the whole thing. You got to get your butt out, and you got to start working. And if you're just going to go straight from Zoom after a year and a half of just hanging out on Zoom, and then you think you're going to show up in the room and it's going to be the same, you're in for a wake-up call. It's just not going to happen. And now this studio obviously has been open the whole time. We've been open the whole time. We're open now. CBSi is a live, active, functioning studio where people are coming in and out all the time, week in and week out. We haven't had one case of COVID come out of this studio at all. We're functional, and we're doing the work. Self-tapes, privates, one-on-ones, group classes. We're doing shoots, showcases, everything. We're doing it. So it's being able to get you guys to understand that you got to continue to do this. Now, I'm taking a class tomorrow where I'm going to be a student in a class. And I'm doing it because I want to see what it's like to not be the coach and to be a student on Zoom. I'm subjecting myself to this. I want to get that experience from the other end. And I also want to see the way someone else does it, to see how they're handling it and how are they going about it. And then I'll be able to put my analytical mind on it and go, are they really getting the training? And they might. And if they are, great. And if they're getting that training and it's really, really effective, fantastic. But if it's not, then you're like, you got to be careful of that. You can't just let things throw you around. You know, and it's like the whole thing with social media and what's going on with attention spans right now and just how minds are being shifted and changed drastically because of this social media. And it's like, okay, well, that's just the way of the world. It doesn't change the fact that when you're in front of the cameras, you still need to be focused and you still need to concentrate. You're just now working against more obstacles. But you got to know what you're doing, and you've got to be doing, because what I'm watching, and I've watched it, I've been doing the same thing for decades. I'm watching people's ability to stay focused shrink down like that. Why? Because what is the whole point of all of these apps and all of these games? I mean, you know, and I mean, videos and movies. I mean, you'd go in and sit down and watch a 2-hour movie without a problem. Now you got TikTok that's 12 seconds. It's a conditioning. It's a total conditioning. You're not reaching for that phone. You're not getting stimulation. It's like you need that drug. You need that fix. It's like you're in withdrawals. But it's right here and it's real easy. You just go, oh, okay, oh, yeah, okay. Oh, and you do, okay, well, let's take this away and let's do this. That's affecting you. And you have to be careful. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. I've been beating this drum for years, talking about it, and I'm seeing it really start to cause problems. In my own personal experience, I'm seeing it starting to cause problems. And so you guys have to be careful with this stuff and handle it like you would handle anything else. And if you go, well, I'm too deep into it right now, coach. Well, if you're 100 pounds overweight, are you going to keep eating and become 200 pounds overweight? Or are you going to realize that, you better stop and turn it around? Back off of it. You're drinking too much alcohol. You better start backing off. You're spending too much money. You better start backing off of it. Whatever it is you're doing, you got to get a wake-up call at some point and realize, wait, this isn't healthy. I need to turn this thing back around. You look and it's like it's like watching your checking account. Is more money coming in or more money going out? You just got to pay attention to it, manage it, or it becomes a problem. And just because the whole world is doing it, well, not all the world is going to have to, is trying to make their living in front of a camera where you're being analyzed every 30 frames a second, you're being analyzed. These are just real, true dynamic things. So that's why we're doing what we do to take you guys through this process. Then we go back down. We like in the master class today, we worked on ice cold reading and analysis. And we took a stack of scenes, and we had all the students sit around that stack of scenes, and one student would read ice cold, one word at a time, one line at a time, and go, let's put this story together. What does this mean? What does this word mean? No, they used this word. They didn't use that word. Because when you stop and you really focus on what it is you're doing, you're going, oh, well, what does this mean? Look, oh, and so we're back into the technicalities of the craft to then build the muscles again so that you are the real deal. And this woman today, she asked me what kind of about my coaching. I said I'm very much a technical director, in the sense of I just see too many actors that know how to emote and be cute, but they have no technical skills. They don't really understand the technicalities of what it is that we're actually doing here. And for on camera, the rules change in theater. They're different. It's just different. One of my guys got up here and he said, he goes, when I do live theater, I have no problem. I come to life. But when I get in front of the camera, it's not the same, and I got to work on handling my nerves. It's a whole different deal. So it's not the same thing, working on camera and working live, and that's why we mix it up the way that we mix it up. Okay, so anyway, I don't know what part of this you caught, or if you even still